And then smile. We are committed to not break tradition. So I told Adeina, let's figure out this music because we're going to dance to get us moving. And we are talking all things travel and some yummy places that you have been. And some travel hacks. So we have Adeina Anderson here, Travel with Adeina. And I'm so excited. We just did a crafting show that will be launching later on, I don't know, in a couple weeks. And now we're talking all about
I'm the traveling crafter.
She's like the jack of many trades. Traveling, crafting, making cocktails. What else are you like?
I've been crafting and making cocktails, but I've been doing that for so many years. And then I'm an empty nester now. So I needed something fun. So I've been traveling because I've always loved traveling. I met my husband while I was traveling. We've been together 30 years. So traveling is kind of in my blood. And I am out there having fun and sharing everything, little hacks and different things in different places with people.
I love it. And so some of these things some of the places that you're going to be talking about today are mostly road trips.
Yes.
Which I love.
I don't fly
at all.
I have not been on a plane since 1993 when people would smoke on the plane.
Shut the front door.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I knew you were odd. But are you serious?
Yes. I have friends trying to get me to do it.
So when you were talking about Kansas City, you drove there?
I did. Yes. I drove here to Denver.
Okay,
I drove
but
to
you
Wyoming,
also are doing this for your profession. So,
yes.
And you also have a lot of things. Like she's bringing a lot of supplies.
Stuff. Yes.
So
you saw my Jeep. It's loaded up.
I don't know that you actually can fly with all your stuff.
I don't know that I could. I would have to probably ship everything, and then that's just an extra expense.
Yeah.
So it's just easier for me.
I love it.
And I love driving because you can stop somewhere. If you see something like, hey, what's that? Just pull over. You can't do that on a plane.
That's true. This is true.
Excuse me, pilot. Could you stop? I see something.
I see that. But that's true. And you just get curious. I love that. But I'm blown away that you've not
and it's going to happen soon. I have a couple friends that are really pushing me to get on a plane, and because I really do want to go to Ireland.
Is there a reason that you don't? Besides, or is it just
it kind of started out kind of silly. I have been on a plane. I've been on a plane twice. They were both horrible flights. My husband, I met him when he was in the Army, and he flew a lot. So
I'm happy to do an experience, a clearing for you to get you back on a plane.
That would be awesome.
I'm telling you,
awesome.
I've actually put 2 clients back on planes after
really
terrifying. One was she felt like it was a near-death experience, but that was her experience, right?
Yes.
And so, and it's just she's never flown since then. And then I had another person, very similar, but experience, but she was much younger, and so she hasn't flown since a kid. But we did a couple clearing exercises, and
I may have to take you up on that.
I will. I'm happy to. That'd be fun. Okay, so you've been traveling this summer, so you have some yummy spots that are kind of off the beaten path. They're not your traditional spots.
Correct. There's a couple that are traditional that everybody goes to, but I'm going to tell you some hacks on how to kind of beat that crowd and get in and do some things.
These are the things I love, because here's the thing, one of my pet peeves, and it is, I've found tools to master it, but I do not like standing in lines.
Oh, I know.
Or being in lines.
I have a video out there, in the first thing, it's me driving into, I think it was Old Faithful.
Yeah.
And I said in the video, I'm like, okay, guys, pack your patience, because
So I'm trying to learn patience in this lifetime.
Yes.
I don't know that I'm succeeding at it. I'm very resistant against it. But I found some hacks to beat the lines and figure out the line situations in some places. But I'm curious on traveling, how you beat the public or beat the crowd.
Well, and with road tripping, one of the biggest tips I can give you is kind of plan it out, because if you're going to go through any big cities, I learned my lesson the hard way. I went to Washington, D.C. during rush hour for 3 hours. Should have taken an hour, and it took 3 hours. So plan your trips.
Have a great book on CD, folks.
Yes, audio is amazing.
I guess book on CD is probably not a thing anymore. I still do it.
What is it, audiobooks? I think is what I use. Yeah, we do a lot of that
or whatever.
Yes.
Everything now is plugged
definitely. But map it out. If you think you're going to arrive someplace during rush hour, maybe stop a little earlier for lunch or a little later for dinner, things like that. Kind of.
Yeah, because you can still be in the moment, spur of the moment, but also have some sort of sense of time.
Yes, and a really big tip, and we're going to talk about it during our travel tips and things, but have a paper map. Wi-Fi isn't always your best friend in
That is
places.
so true. That is true. Especially on your road, when you're, doing a road trip. That is so true. Like I actually don't have a paper map.
I have a couple. I almost ended up in
I know.
Canada one time accidentally.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I was driving home one time from work, and I've been driving the same route from work for like 9 years, and I took the wrong exit. And my husband's like, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna be later than I thought." And he's like, well, "Where are you at?" I'm like, "I'm in Brighton," and he's like, "Brighton is like almost 45 minutes."
You were just driving along, not even
away from my house, and he's like, "Why are you in Brighton?" I'm like, "I just
missed my exit. Sorry.
And I just was clearly in the moment. I was just like in the moment. Okay, but so fair enough. That's
Yes.
great. That's a great point.
Yes.
We kind of,
Because my map went out and I didn't realize it. My
Yeah.
my little white, whatever you call it, your
Wi-Fi,
Garmin or whatever on my Jeep went out, and we just thought we were still on the same road, and we saw a sign that said, "Have your passport ready" or something in 1 mile Canada border, and we're like, huh? Like, how did? We were in Vermont trying to go to New Hampshire, and we went north. So I don't know.
I love it, but those are like the greatest like memories and
Yes.
things that we can look back on and laugh at. Maybe not in the moment, but like later.
Correct. Yes.
When we're out of the emotion of it, the intensity
Yes.
of it. So where's the first place that you would like to
So the
talk
first
about?
place is someplace I go quite often is Tampa, Florida,
Okay.
and the Hilton. The Hilton downtown.
And we're I'm gonna show a little
amazing.
video. So we're gonna go
Yes.
off screen. We're gonna
Beautiful that was.
Oh
It's
my
just
gosh,
a
I love
great place to go and relax. It's not that expensive to go. And what's cool about Tampa is you got your downtown Tampa, the nightlife, the cool restaurants, and you just cross the bridge and you're in Clearwater and it's relaxing.
And Clearwater.
and beach.
We were gonna vacation to Florida, and then my old neighbors are from Florida, and they're like, there's Red Sea, and I'm like, what's Red Sea?
It does happen, yes.
And then the time we were gonna go, they're like, it's gonna be Red Sea, and I'm like, rah, rah, rah. So we had to nix that for the time being, just for the timing purpose.
That's a great tip right there.
Yes.
Check the locations you're going to see what's going on,
Yeah.
weather-wise, water-wise, mountain-wise.
And I didn't
anything.
I actually have never heard about the Red Sea. I've been living
Yeah,
under
it's
a
not a
bridge.
good thing.
I've been apparently living under a rock or a bridge or something. But and then they're like, oh yeah, you can't do it this way. And they're like, well, you can do it this way. And then so we are actually heading in July. We're going to head up to head to South Carolina to a fun place. So we're going to check it out. We've not been to South Carolina before, so it'll be one of those fun.
I did a 30-day,
Fun
30-state road trip right before
fun.
COVID, and that South Carolina was in that, and we actually ended up hitting 34 states in the 30 days. But South Carolina's beautiful. Yes,
I know. I can't wait. Okay, where's this next location?
So. For watching and the fishing, there's just so much to do there, and it's not that expensive to go there. It's a great inexpensive location if you have a couple days, or you could fly in. Not that I would, but it's about 3 hours south of San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
So you could fly into San Antonio, or you could fly into Corpus Christi.
Oh yeah. There you go. Have you been to Corpus Christi?
Many times.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually had my honeymoon there 30-something years ago.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Oh my goodness. I had a trip planned there, and something went awry, and we.
Because they saw it, and that's an.
It was great.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Donuts
I
are
love
my weakness.
Oh my goodness! We were just joking about this yesterday. I got donuts for my daughter in the morning, and because I had to leave early, and someone had asked me later on about something about donuts, and I'm like, you know what? I want to get a maple long john, cream filled
with bacon on top.
Oh, I haven't tried that. I have to up my game in the bake. But I don't like. I'm not a big fan of donuts. But I get that one once a year, and then I cut only the middle section.
Oh my gosh!
I just want the juice because that's where the most cream is. That's where So I get the middle section. So I eat 2.5 inches of it. I eat it, and then that is my donut consumption for the year, and I am a happy camper.
Now, donuts are the one thing when people go, what is that one food that if you could have all the time, it would be donuts for me.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You know what mine is? Mine is slushies.
Oh my gosh.
I love slushies. I love slushies with alcohol, slushies without alcohol.
Yeah.
I mean, just any kind of slush or shaved ice.
Oh.
But it can't be the beaded ice.
So
Don't
if
you
go to the Texas coast, shaved ice
ice
everywhere.
Yeah, Texas and Hawaii. I mean, it's huge in those locations. But I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Kansas, and we had a lot of shaved ice, and I love anything like that. I just
so good.
Any kind of slushy popsicle.
Have you seen where they're doing the flavor ice popsicles? And you take a little bit out, put a little vodka in there, and then you just kind of. And then you refreeze it, and you seal it.
I didn't know there was a DIY one, but there actually is. We got them last summer, and they were at the grocery store, but they were, in the, adult beverage section, but they were they're longer, and I forget the brand of them, but they have alcohol in them.
Yes. So how fun, right?
How fun is that?
Yes.
Drink responsibly, folks.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So did I already do this one?
Yeah. So our next
So
one, I think, is.
Oh!
Of course. And it's just a great place. Cody's so close to Denver. I mean, it's like a 6-hour drive. It's nothing. And just go up there, spend a week, spend a couple days. It is so.
It does give, and that's for folks that are in Colorado. That's a quick like getaway on the weekend. Make a 4-day weekend out of it, and yay, right?
And they have a big 4th of July thing every year. They have a big Christmas thing every year. So depending on whatever time you go, they have a big snowmobiling thing that you can do. So there's a lot of things in Cody, Wyoming. One of my tips. This is one of my places for the tips.
Okay.
Pack your patience.
But I got none.
But the tip is go early. Get into the park before 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
From Cody, Wyoming into the east entrance, it's about an hour drive. So get there early, beat all the crowds, because around noon, you're going to hit nothing but crowds. So you just want to go early.
That's a great tip. I know. Some of the things that I love in Colorado, one of my favorite mountain towns is Grand Lake. Hands down is my favorite. And I think the reason I'm a Midwestern, so it has the same small town yummy feel to a small town, but then you have the mountains and you have a lake. And so it is one of those amazing little paradises.
Mine is evergreen when I come here.
I
Same kind of
Evergreen.
thing. I love evergreen because I'm a Midwest girl too. I'm originally from Michigan, so I am a Midwest girl.
I love that. And I also love, what's the other place I love so much? And and I actually Googled it just recently, when we stumbled into, it's called Paradise Cove. It's down by Cripple Creek. and it was just known by the locals for the longest time. And now, and when I stumbled into it, probably close to 20 years ago, there was only one website that you could actually find about it. And we saw it something, and I was like, you know what is that? And so I was not dressed appropriately.
Okay.
And I was so curious. So my curiosity overrode my sensibility. And so I had, at least I had a pair of shorts and a shirt, but I didn't have hiking shoes. I didn't have really flip flops. I hiked in kitten heels.
Oh my gosh!
There was
do what you gotta do, right?
And I was like, I must see this. And so I had these little tiny 1-inch kitten heels, like a little slider.
Oh my gosh!
And we went and we saw, and it was beautiful. But now there's lots of other websites, but it's called Paradise Cove outside of
I
Cripple Creek.
love it.
I think it's called Guffrey. Is it Guffrey Creek or Guffrey? Something like that. Guffey Canyon or something like that.
Oh my God. Well, speaking of Midwest,
yes,
we have one more that's sort of in the Midwest.
Yes, let's do this.
Loosening that grip, keep your feet on the platform. All right, you can drop your feet now. There you go. That's all it takes.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah. This is like the icing on the cake at the end of the tour.
When it starts getting busy,
And the cabins are beautiful. They're kind of glamping cabins. I'm
Okay.
big on glamping. Don't get me wrong. Tent camping was, I used to do that.
At some
but
point, we outgrow it.
glamping, RVing, I'm all for that. So
I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so any final tips, because we're gonna have Adeina. She's coming in and sharing some tips. She's coming in and sharing some crafting things. I mean, I can't wait to share you with some great and some of the products that you've shown. I'm just gonna tell you, you've got to check that out. We'll be dropping some of those shows here in probably the next month or so. So, but any other nice little travel hacks?
yeah, it's probably my biggest tip is plan ahead, but be okay with things diverging. Things aren't always what they say. The best laid plans never really happen.
Yes.
Always make a plan. But if it takes you 25 hours versus 23 hours, I don't plan hotels anymore unless I know I'm going to stop, because traffic can happen. Accidents can happen, construction can happen. When you're flying, there's delays all the time now. So again, have a plan, make a plan, but be okay with it changing if you need to.
And I think that's part of that curiosity and flexibility, right? We can get in such a bad mood, by something being so rigid and sticking to a certain, at 2:00 we must be here and and we create anxiety. And this is designed to relax and enjoy and just be in a place of, being filled up, right, on this adventure. So,
I live by the life is short, have fun.
Yeah.
Always have fun. And anything you do, just make sure you're having fun.
Oh my gosh, she's like my sister from another Mista.
That's right.
I love it. Well, make sure that you subscribe, and go onto the YouTube channel, subscribe so that you can be in the know when her shows launch, and we'll be in touch with you, just for some other ideas.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
This was fun.
Absolute dive.
Thanks
Bye. Thank you so much. And always be bold, be brave, be fearless, be the magic of you. Massive love to all of you. And I can't wait to unpack what we've been playing with today. Mwah. Big love.